welcome to the Who's Number 130 bracket reveal and press conference. This is the first time that Who's Number 1 has ran an open weight bracket, so we're gonna get all 8 athletes out here. We're gonna reveal their first round matchups, we're gonna talk to them, hear what they think about it, and then we have 3 super fights after that where we're gonna talk to all 6 super fight athletes, hear what they think about their matchup. But let's kick things off with Reed in the studio where he's gonna reveal the first matchup for the open weight bracket.
All right, everybody, the moment you've all been waiting for, the full bracket reveal here for Who's Number 130. Let's jump right into it. The first quarterfinal of the night. Now, this will be the match that kicks off the main card, the very first quarterfinal of the night. Let's take a look at it. It will be Dante Leon taking on Pat Shahgholi. What a wild card matchup. Obviously, these two guys come from very different weight classes, but when you got a guy like Dante Leon on the card, he doesn't care what size, what time, what location. Doesn't matter to Dante. He's ready to throw down. And of course, Pat Shahgholi, Goop Ice, has been holding it down on that East Coast finishers scene over there for a long time. So a very, very interesting matchup here. Pat Shahgholi taking on Dante Leon. That will be your very first quarterfinal of the night. Should be a fun one. Trey, I'll throw it back to you.
First quarterfinal of the event is officially announced. Dante Leon going against Pat Shahgholi. I got a marker right here for you, Dante. You want to put your name up there, top left. We're going to see the handwriting of some of these jiu-jitsu guys. Dante's pretty solid, and then Pat Shahgholi. You'll sit right here on this side, Dante. There we go. Goop Ice. It's a chilly day in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. Now we're going to sit down both these guys, hear from them. I'll kick it off first with you, Dante. You know, you're the WNO veteran in this one. You've been on WNO a bunch of times, competed at the highest stage. This is Pat making his WNO debut, but I'm just curious, what do you think about this first round matchup against Pat?
I think the whole bracket has a lot of different, there's a lot of differences in the bracket. There's a lot of up-and-comers. Pat's definitely an up-and-comer. He's somebody I've seen since he was like 14 years old, beating adults, so he's obviously very tough. I didn't notice him the last time I walked up. I saw him. He's lost a bunch of weight. He looks great, so I know he's going to be tough. I know he's going to be raring to go, and obviously he's going to have the condition to go 3 matches, so, he's an up-and-comer. He's somebody I probably never have a chance to go against in this kind of event. If it wasn't an open weight bracket, he's obviously a lot bigger than me, so it's kind of cool that this gets to happen.
Yeah, do you like that aspect of a bracket like this, like an open weight bracket where, you could fight some big guys? You're actually coming in as the smallest guy in this bracket. Like, I don't know, Dante Leon, the West Side Barbell guy, not always you're the smallest guy in a bracket, huh?
Right. I think to be as active as I want to be, it's hard to just stick in one weight class, and with the kind of training partners I've had and the kind of people, the kind of way that I structure my training, it's been really hard to just be in like either 170 or 155 and just stay there. I've always bounced around quite a bit, so an open weight bracket gives me an opportunity, like I said, to get against guys like Pat, get against guys like that are in the bracket here that I probably would never get a chance to go against.
And so, Pat, I want to ask you, you're making your Who's Number 1 debut. I know you've been holding it down kind of on the East Coast scene for a while, running finishers. The Ice Age over there just continues and continues. What does it mean to you to make a Who's Number 1 debut and also be in this 8-man bracket?
It's definitely an honor to share the mats with all these high-class athletes, and especially Dante Leon. So I'm excited to perform. I visualized each match with each and every opponent, so just waiting for this day to come, and now I'm even more on lock. And now we're in Pittsburgh, and we better show what's up.
What do you think about this matchup against Dante?
Just like Dante was saying to me, I've watched Dante roar through all like the competitions, ADCC, Superfights. So just being able to see that over like YouTube and all like the promotions, and now it comes and I face him across the mat, and we go jiu-jitsu against jiu-jitsu. It's excited. So I'm here to test myself. I'm here to win. I'm here to showcase my jiu-jitsu and show Pittsburgh what's up.
There we go. So Dante, it seems like you're familiar with Pat, obviously. I know he's like a younger guy, kind of been tearing up the scene since he was like 16, I feel like, when he got on a lot of people's radar at EBI and everything. But what do you think about stylistically and everything, how this match is going to play out with Pat?
Honestly, it's hard to say. It's hard to judge somebody who you see at 16, 17, 18 years old and kind of figure out how they're going to be at the age they're at now. He's still a young kid. I'm sure things change. The change in him comes a lot quicker than probably the change in a lot of other people in this bracket, maybe besides Mikey Sainz or Achilles, who are also very young. So it's tough to say. It's tough to look at matches that I've seen of him live and say, you know, I can expect this or I can expect that. I mean, he's lost fucking 80 pounds probably since, you know, I've seen him compete the last time. So I can't really say what he's going to do, how he's going to be. But, you know, I can probably, if he's here and he's been raring and champing at the bit to be in this bracket, I can expect the best Pat to show up here tomorrow night.
What do you think about how this match is going to play out with Dante, Pat?
I've seen Dante compete plenty of times, and it's not one particular game, so I'm expected for guard pulls, wrestling, or guard passing, and I'm ready to throw it out there and, you know, give it all. I'm ready to wrestle. I'm ready to pass some guards. I'm ready to leg lock some people, so let's do it.
All right, there we go. Dante Leon versus Pat Shahgholi, the first quarterfinal of the event. Going to set the stage for everything. Let's kick it to Reed for our next quarterfinal matchup.
All right, everybody, the second quarterfinal of the night. We've already got a great first one, Dante versus Pat. Let's take a look at the second quarterfinal of the night. Now, it will be Felipe Costa taking on Achilles Rocha, another super fun match. Both these guys have been having a great year, surging, peaking at the right time here. Felipe Costa looked great at Nogi Worlds. He had a great showing at ADCC. And the last time we saw Achilles Rocha, he had a highlight reel, flying submission, one of the quickest in Who's Number One history. You don't want to blink whenever Achilles Rocha gets on these mats. Trust me, that one is going to be a fun one. Achilles Rocha versus Felipe Costa, another quarterfinal down. Let's throw it back to Pittsburgh with Trey and the boys to get their thoughts.
All right, there we go. Our next quarterfinal of the night is going to be Achilles Rocha going up against Felipe Costa. They got their names on the board there. The handwriting holding strong so far. Not looking too bad, gentlemen. So the first battle, you know, is kind of being won here early, but obviously this is going to be an exciting one. Dope to have both of you guys in this bracket. I'll kick it off with you, Felipe. First of all, what does it mean to be in this 8-man bracket, potentially competing for the Who's Number One Openweight Championship belt?
Man, it feels great, you know. I think the title itself, it's already a big deal, you know. I feel that you guys did a good job by selecting 8 great athletes. And I can't wait, you know, for tomorrow and showcase a good jiu-jitsu and be able to give a show to everybody with Achilles, you know. He's always ready to scramble. I see that he's a guy that does everything, you know. So it's going to be great to test my jiu-jitsu and to have fun on the mats.
What was your first reaction whenever Reed revealed it and you found out you'll be taking on Achilles first round?
I mean, it was actually funny because we saw each other at the elevator today and we were talking, and then I was like, hey, Achilles, who you think that you're going to get in the first round? And he was like, you. And I was like, man, pretty much I think the same. I think it's going to be me and you, you know? So I think that that's something that was already wrote it down, you know. So now we're just gonna go at it and see who is gonna get the hand raised in the end.
There we go. You guys called this one. You expected to have Felipe first round, Achilles?
Yeah. I mean, judging based off of like the opponents and seeing by skill level, I was assuming me and Felipe would be going against each other first. It's a little messed up though. They put both Brazilians first round.
True.
But it's okay.
We got to talk to Reed back in the studio in Austin about that, huh?
It's a little messed up, but it's okay. I'll let it slide this time.
Gotcha. How do you think this match with Felipe is going to play out?
I think it's going to be a fun match. You know, he's pretty well-rounded everywhere. Not to be rude, but he's not particularly great anywhere, but good everywhere. So it's going to be a fun match. A lot of scrambles for sure.
And so another thing I want to ask you about real quick, Achilles, is you're just getting bigger and bigger, you know? Was it intentional for you to kind of put on size and come into this bracket as big as you could?
No, I was getting big for the trials, but this was perfect timing. I was like, absolute, hell yeah. 30K, let's go.
Nice. And then Felipe, I want to ask you, he said, you know, you're good everywhere, but not super great anywhere particularly. What do you think about that?
I think that it's funny, right? Since we were at the same bracket at HCC, he didn't get to the podium, I got it, and he's saying that I'm not great, so it's kind of like, what are you talking about? You know what I mean?
I said you're good, not great.
That's it.
Yeah.
Let's see it tomorrow, right?
We will.
Let's see it.
Felipe, do you have a prediction for this match?
Man, I think it's gonna be a bang. You know, we're gonna go out there, 9 minutes of war. I don't want to say what's gonna happen. You know, I don't want to tell my secrets. So let's see it tomorrow.
Achilles, what about you? You have a prediction for this one?
My hand being raised.
There we go. All right. Well, that's our second quarterfinal of the night. Let's kick it back over to Reed, and we're going to get our third quarterfinal. Thank you, gentlemen.
All right, here we go. Things are starting to get interesting here. We've got the left side of the bracket done. Now it's time to take a look at the right side of the bracket here. Okay, so the third quarterfinal of the night will be, there it is, Ryan Aitken taking on Michael Sainz. Now, of course, Ryan coming in here a little bit last minute after Roberto Jimenez pulled out via injury. But, of course, Ryan has been having a very active 2025. We've seen him at a lot of competitions recently. But he'll have to take on the Alpha Miami black belt, Michael Sainz, who's also been having a great year. A lot of people picking him to really have a breakout year in 2026. So we will see. It will all start right here. Who's number 130 when Michael Sainz takes on Ryan Aitken in the third quarterfinal of the night. Things are shaping up to be a really fun night of grappling here at Who's Number 130. So Trey, I'll throw it back to you and get your thoughts, man.
All right, there we go. The third quarterfinal is official here in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. You know, it seemed like both of you guys kind of reacted like a little bit of like, oh, okay, I expected this or something. So I'll start with you, Ryan. You're kind of the late replacement of this. You replaced Roberto Jimenez. Always game. We appreciate that. You know, you stepped in, no doubt about it. But what did you think about hearing that you're going to have Michael Sainz first round?
First of all, I like Michael a lot. You know, we get along. We hung out at ADCC Louisville Open. And I like his game. I've been watching him for a while. You know, I know he's very wrestle heavy. I know he's got great passing. When I had my Roberto match, we actually warmed up in the back for like 20 minutes. So we both got a good feel for each other's game. So I expect it to be a great match, you know. I don't think we're going to be very hesitant with each other.
I mean, same question for you, Michael. What did you think whenever you heard you were going to be up against Ryan?
So it's kind of funny, you know, like we were kind of talking about the bracket, and I was just like, it makes the most sense for me and him. And it's kind of funny, like also we had that good match in the back warming up together. So we also got a really good feel for each other. I kind of expected it almost. I was expecting either Ryan or Felipe really to be my match. But I'm really excited for my match with Ryan. I hope it's going to be a war. I know we're gonna scrap. I think it's going to kind of be well-rounded. I hope he wants to wrestle for a bit, maybe hand fight me.
Of course. I got you.
Hand fight me for a couple minutes, and then we could then play the legs and stuff. I want to kind of just go all around. I feel like these past two Who's Number Ones I've been on, I haven't been able to show like the rest of my game, and I kind of want to show the rest of my game. I'm super excited, and I think Ryan's the right guy for it.
All right, so I also want to ask you, Ryan, about just, you know, coming in as the late replacement. I'm sure it was probably like Ricardo who hit you up or anything. Was there any hesitation, or were you just immediately like, I want in on that, I want to be on this 8-man bracket?
Zero hesitation, man. As long as I could get the funds to get out here, you know, on such short notice, you know, it's totally worth it to me. You know, I want more experience on this wonderful stage, you know, with such great competition. So, you know, this is everything I could ask for, you know, especially since I've already been in camp for trials and stuff. You know, I feel like I'm in pretty good shape right now. I have not taken a break, like a single break, for the last like 4 competitions I've done ever since July. So, you know, I'm here for the opportunity.
Definitely staying active. You both kind of brought up this warm-up session in the back of the last Who's Number One. Both said you kind of got a good feel for the guy. You guys just
crushed him.
You guys
bro.
just scrapping
crushed
back there,
him.
scrapping in
crushed
the Who's Number
him.
One warm-up mats.
He's so lucky the cameras didn't catch that, bro. Crushed him.
Thank goodness you didn't see those cameras. That would have been rough for me. But, you know, I'm super excited, man, because like just off that little feel we had for each other there, man, like I just – like thinking about it, kind of thinking about the match in general, I was like, man, it's going to be a scrap. And it's also really funny. In Louisville, we were talking about, you know, me being on the bracket and stuff. And I had asked him, I was like, Ryan, you're on the card? He was like, nah, man, I didn't get a call. So then it's really funny now that we're both here sitting down across from each other about a fight on one of the biggest stages in jiu-jitsu. So it's super cool.
Yeah.
Definitely. Do you have a prediction for how this match will play out?
I want a war. I want to go to war with Ryan. Like, and I want to hug each other after, but I really want a war, and I think it's going to be a great match. Super excited to show you guys.
Get ready to bleed.
Yeah, there we go. What do you think, Ryan? Do you have a prediction for this one? War, I suppose?
Get ready to bleed.
Yeah. Any other prediction besides bleeding?
No, that's it.
All right, there we go. Everyone get ready to bleed on this one. Let's go back to Reed in Austin for our final quarterfinal of the evening.
Okay, here we go, everybody. The fourth and final quarterfinal of the night. We all know what it's going to be here. It only could be one thing, and that will be the Pittsburgh qualifier. Justin Michael had a great performance at the Pittsburgh qualifier just last weekend, and he jumps in as the 8th man in this bracket, and he will be taking on the Australian Declan Moody. Now, of course, Declan's been having a great 2025. He just won trials, looked great on CJI. A lot of people think that Declan is on a short list to be the kind of best in the world, but if he proves that, he's going to have to go through Justin Michael. Two guys who have never fought each other. I believe all these matchups are guys who have never faced off against each other. So there you go, the fourth and final quarterfinal of the night, Justin Michael versus Declan Moody. All the quarterfinals are set now. The rest is up to you guys. But Trey, I'll throw it back one final time to Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania to get the thoughts of this final group.
All right, there we go, our final quarterfinal of the night, Declan Moody and Justin Michael. Got the boys up here putting the names down. There we go, just the Declan. He's like Prince, just a single name. Now Justin Michael, Declan, you can sit on this side, over there, sorry. There we go, thank you, Justin. You want to take a seat right there? So obviously this one rounds out our 8-man bracket, a super stacked bracket. I'm excited for this one. I think this one has a fun dynamic. For anyone who doesn't know, Justin Michael competed last weekend here at the same venue, had an 8-man bracket where he won to qualify and secure the final spot here at Who's Number 130, and he's going to be taking on arguably the 1 seed, Declan Moody, in this one. So I guess I'll start with you, Justin. You know, whenever you heard this qualifying bracket was going down, there was an opportunity to earn your way onto a Who's Number 1 card. You know, what were your thoughts? Was it an immediate, like, I went in on that? How did you feel about that opportunity?
So yeah, when I was working with 247 and Hunter messaged me about the qualifying bracket, I was all in immediately, no questions asked. I said, let me know when to be there, what I need to do. I'm still riding the high from last weekend. It was fantastic, and I've enjoyed working with Flo this week, talking with you guys, doing everything with the media, and I could not be happier with this first round matchup. When we talked earlier this week, I told you I wanted either Dante or Declan, and this worked out perfectly.
What makes you happy about this matchup?
Because I have nothing to lose and everything to prove, right? I could shock the world with this matchup. Even if I can keep this man from passing my guard, huge win for me.
I did a video with Declan. I couldn't quite do that, but, you know, you might have better luck than me. But, Declan, I also want to ask you, you know, you're going to have Justin. Justin's the qualifier representing kind of the local scene here and everything. Did you have a prediction for who you might have first round, and what do you think about how it ended up being Justin?
I didn't want to come in with a prediction. I said in my head that no matter who I fought, I'm just going to give my best. I obviously watched Justin compete, and what a phenomenal performance he put on last weekend. I'm very excited to have this match with him.
Definitely. We saw Justin hit a couple leg locks, you know, a sick final and everything. What was it? Was there anything that stood out about Justin's game while you were watching that?
I think just how determined he was to find the finish. He was just hunting the whole time. It was like no stalling, and that's what I want. I want these matches that are going to be exciting.
So, Justin, another question for you. What does it mean to you not just to be here on a Who's Number 1 card, but also to be in this 8-man bracket?
Like I said, it's a massive opportunity, huge opportunity just to be in the qualifying bracket, but to win it and actually be here with these guys and go through this whole process and be on stage under the lights tomorrow, I could not be more excited.
Declan, same question for you. Competing here at Who's Number 1, but also in the 8-man, the potential of winning the open weight belt, where then you can challenge any other title holder at Who's Number 1. What does that mean to you?
It means a lot. You know, I worked 15 years to like get to these opportunities, and now I'm just trying to capitalize on every opportunity I'm given, and I'm blessed to be here to live the life that I do. You know, put a lot of hard work, and a lot of people help get me here, and now I just want to try and capitalize on my opportunities.
Nice. Do you have a prediction for this first round matchup?
Just a scrap.
What about you, Justin?
I agree.
There we go. We're going to be scrapping. What about for the other side of the bracket, Declan? You got any predictions for who you think might come through the other side?
Felipe's always an amazing competitor. We trained a lot in the CGI camp, and he's an unbelievable athlete. And then I think Dante, you can't never write Dante off, especially in absolute. He's an amazing competitor and definitely got the best resume of all the guys in the bracket.
What about you, Justin? Any predictions for the other side?
I would have to agree. You can't look past Dante at all. But man, what an upset it would be to lose the 10th planet in the first round, huh?
Old Goop Ice, been holding it down over at finishers. The Ice Age might be coming for Pennsylvania. Yes, but look forward to seeing both of you guys out there. Thank you so much for being a part of this bracket. And up next, we're going to talk to our first super fight of the evening, Gutemberg Pereira and Devhonte Johnson. All right, we're back now with the first of our 3 super fights that are going to go down on Who's Number 130. We got the big boys up here. I'm kind of trying to puff my chest out a little bit. I'm not too small now, but I look small next to you guys. We got Devhonte and Gutemberg. I'll start with you, Devhonte. What do you think about this matchup against Gutemberg?
Well, first, I'm very happy to be here. And
hold that mic a little closer.
Oh, sorry about that. First, I'm very happy to be here competing on the Who's Number 1 stage. And my first match will be against a very high-quality opponent who's very well-rounded. He can do jiu-jitsu at every stage of the sport. He's a good guard player, good passer, great stand-up, good submission attacks too. So I'm excited to see how the exchanges go.
For sure. Gutenberg, same question for you. What does it mean to be here on Who's Number 1 and going up against Devhonte?
Yeah, first of all, thank you for the opportunity, of course, and I'm happy to be here. Too. It's been a long time that I don't compete in no-gi, and when I was talking to Ricardo, I was like, man, give him a guy that it's gonna be good. It's gonna make sense. I don't want to build up. I don't want anything. I want a good match. He was like, I have the perfect guy for you, and I was like, okay, deal. And he said Devhonte, I was like, that's amazing. I know him for a long time. I know he can put on a show. I know I can put on a show. So I'm really excited to face him. It's his first time on the event, I think. It's my first time too, so definitely going to be good.
For sure. I've kind of said in some media and stuff that with no-gi, as a fan, you're a little bit of the one that got away because you won trials and you were going to be at ADCC 2022 and then had to pull out, and we really haven't seen much of you no-gi since. And so it's exciting to see you come back and both of you to be making your Who's Number 1 debut. It's such a big deal, but it's cool to see you in no-gi. I'm just curious why you kind of are coming back into the no-gi world now.
Yeah, unfortunately, I guess in every athlete's life, and I guarantee you 50% of the people here is through pain, but they still here trying to put on a show, the majority of the people, the majority of our lives. But unfortunately, at that time, I have some injuries that kind of was more important for me to take care of myself than put my body through even when I was injured. So I was like, okay, I guess I gotta stay in the gi a little bit because I can kind of control the pace. The pace in no-gi is very high. It's nothing to kind of play guard and hold on or passing and hold on. So it's I was like, okay, let me heal up in the way that I wanted to do, because it's so hard for me to come here, wants to perform in the way that I want to perform and not be able to because my body's not allowing me. So I was waiting for the right moment of my body to, okay, now's the time, and now I feel comfortable, and I definitely feel that I belong here, so that's the time.
And then Devhonte, I feel like because you've competed so much no-gi recently and everything, people might forget that, you kind of came up through the gi and everything, have some gi accolades of your own. Mm-hmm. So I'm curious, what difference do you think it makes for a guy who's kind of been competing a lot, doing a lot of no-gi, versus a guy kind of transitioning over from gi to no-gi? Does that make a difference at all in a matchup like this?
Yeah, I mean, my stance on this might be a little bit biased, being that, as you said, I was a gi guy first. But I think a lot of the highest level gi guys, they make a very smooth transition into the no-gi scene. And I think that competing under the gi rule sets and just competing with the gi, there's a level of control and positional structure that they have to their games that kind of makes it a little bit easier to transition into no-gi. And then when they get there, all they have to really do is just focus on trying to funnel that towards good submissions once they get into the dominant positions. At least that's the way I looked at it. you know? And so I don't expect for Gutemberg to have much of a learning curve as he comes into this stage. I think he's going to be kind of in his best form, and I expect that. And I feel like I'm in my best form right now. I've been probably at the best year, career-wise Nogi for myself. So now I'm just kind of looking to display that on a bigger stage, and I have a great opponent to do that with.
There we go. We can expect some good jiu-jitsu out of Gutenberg, huh?
Yeah,
Gi, no gi, doesn't matter. Do you have a prediction for how this match is going to play out?
I just think that it's going to be a very explosive match. I think it's going to be a very high pace, and hopefully I'm the guy that comes out on top on the win column. I'm sure he feels the same. No disrespect to that. I think we're both here to win, and hopefully I'm the one who gets their hand raised at the end.
Same question for you, Gutenberg. How do you see this match playing out? What's your prediction?
I know his game for a long time. I have been watching him. We watch each other for a long time. We have been in the same tournaments many times. We're not in different divisions, but we always watch each other. So I know the pace he has. I know his goods. He know my goods too. But I definitely I guess for the gap that I have for so long to not fighting no gi, I can come with a little surprise for him. So I hope to put that tomorrow. But definitely like he said, it's gonna be a high paced match. I wanted to win. He wants to win. But also I wanted to perform, and I hope he wants to perform too. So everybody that's watching at home can feel like, okay, these guys put their everything there, and that's what I want. I hope that's what he wants too.
For sure.
And let's put it together.
There we go. Can expect a good one here.
Yeah,
one last
sure.
question for each of you guys. Do you have somebody that you got your eye on that could potentially win this 8-man bracket? Maybe a prediction?
I have some guys that I think it's the favorite. But it's gonna be a tough match.
Thinking through the political answer right now, huh?
Yeah, I'm kind of I have an idea, but
gotcha.
I passed the torch.
What about you, Devhonte?
This is tough, right? Because I feel like Ryan Aitken, for example, has been seemingly on fire. So is Declan, but man, Michael Sainz is really good too. I hope I pronounced his last name right. And bro, Achilles, I don't know, man. He's young. He just keeps getting better and better. So it's hard to say. And Dante's the consistent veteran. But I wouldn't be surprised to see Declan and I'd say Declan and Dante. Or Achilles in the finals.
All right.
Yeah.
There we go. Well, make sure you guys tune in tomorrow, not just to watch this banger of a match, to watch the 8-man bracket. Up next, we're going to talk to Trinity Pun and Sarah Galvão. Thank you, guys. All right, we're back now with our second super fight of the evening, where we're going to see Trinity Pun taking on Sarah Galvão. I'll start with you, Trinity. What was it like whenever you got the call from Ricardo and they potentially offered you a match, and then you heard it was going to be against Sarah Galvão? What did you think of that?
I was super excited. I just had finished training, and I checked my phone, and I got a message from Ricardo, and I was like, oh, what could this be? And then he was like, oh, do you want to match with Sarah? And as soon as I seen it was Sarah, I was like, of course I do. I didn't even look at the weight class at first. I was like, oh, what weight it was going to be at, but it was at 145, and as soon as I heard that, I was like, yeah, I'm totally down. She's a decorated athlete, one of the best in the world, so it's a good opportunity, and this is definitely going to be my biggest match of my career, so. Yeah.
For sure. Sarah, same question. What did you think whenever you got offered the Trinity Pun match?
Yeah, I'm definitely, I guess I would say, in my no-gi era, if you must. I've been doing a lot more no-gi now, and fighting someone who dedicates their life and their sport right now to no-gi can be different for me. I guess I've been fighting people who fight both, and she's very dedicated to no-gi, and me who just entered the no-gi concept of the sport now can be a new experience, I would say, for me. So I'm excited to see how our games play out with each other.
Yeah, so it's not that long ago you were competing at Brown Belt Worlds, and just got your black belt. And just with talking with you and everything, I thought kind of focusing on the gi might be your focus for that rookie year black belt, but then you've kind of went all in on no-gi now so far. I'm just curious, what kind of led you into this no-gi focus at this stage in your career?
Well, it was supposed to be gi. My main focus was always the gi, but once the CGI offer came up, it was just an opportunity that you cannot miss. Even with the outcome that happened with me, I think it opened up so much more opportunities as well. And I think I am respected on a different level in the nogi aspect now, because now I've been fighting nogi after nogi after nogi, you know. So clearly for who's number one to want me back, I'm doing something right, you know. So I think that even after CGI, after losing, it like opened up a door and a window for me and made me think of nogi in a different way. So I think that after that, I dedicated a lot more of my camp to nogi, and I think I've completed some flaws that were there, so I think I feel a lot better and more comfortable in nogi.
For sure. So Trinity, I want to ask you, because in this situation, you know, you're both very young, you both have a long career ahead of you, but I would consider you kind of more the veteran in some regards. You've been on Who's Number One before, had deep trial runs and everything. So what do you think about the experience aspect of a match like this versus someone kind of young and hungry like Sarah? Does that play a factor at all in this?
Like I said last time, WNO, like sub only is my favorite rule set. Last time I was on an undercard, it was 9 minutes, so I feel like the motion was just starting to happen and then the match ended. This is on the main card, so it's 15 minutes long. I feel like you're going to see some high-level jiu-jitsu from the both of us, and it's just going to be all fireworks from us.
Do you have a prediction for the match with Sarah?
I think it's just going to be a great match overall. We're going to give the crowd what they want to see, technical jiu-jitsu, like I said, and all high-level as well.
Definitely. And Sarah, you're kind of just accumulating experience very quickly right now, you know, since you've gotten your black belt. But does it make a difference at all going up against someone like Trinity, who kind of, you know, has been on some big stages and stuff before?
Yeah, she's definitely more used to the rule set of submission only, right? I've never fought a competition that was 15 minutes long, so that's going to be something to look forward to as well. But just excited to see how our games kind of play out, because I think they're very opposite in a way. So I think that's what will make it more entertaining, because we both have, I would say, an advantage in different areas. So I think it's going to be exciting. I think I've prepared a lot for it. I haven't stopped training nogi basically since my camp for CGI, so I feel very sharp, basically.
All right, there you have it. This is our second super fight of the evening. Thank you both for talking to me. Up next, we're going to talk to Gavin Corbe and Owen Jones. All right, we're back now with our final super fight of the evening, where we're going to see Gavin Corbe going up against Owen Jones. Two very experienced, two kind of hot right now grapplers on the scene. I'll start with you, Gavin. What did you think about this match with Owen Jones whenever they asked you about it?
I didn't think too much about it. Greg just hit me up, said, hey, you want to fight on WNO? I was like, yeah. Then he said it was going to be Owen Jones. And again, I don't care who I face. Put anyone in front of me, it's going to be the same. I'm going to show up and try to compete. So
when you have a big match like this, do you look at your opponent's game at all, even if you don't mind who it is, but do you kind of study them and plan for them accordingly, or just do your thing?
No, I don't study. I don't watch jiu-jitsu that much at all, actually. Yeah, I just do my game. It's just really just trusting in my ability to just do jiu-jitsu. I don't even know what I'm going to do tomorrow. Usually how matches go is we slap bump, everything's kind of a blur, then someone's hand's being raised. So
there we go. Owen, what did you think about this match with Gavin Corbe whenever they brought it to you?
I mean, initially when I accepted the match, it was DeAndre. You know, everyone knows who DeAndre is. I know people don't know who this is, but I'll introduce him right now. This is Gavin. This is DeAndre's big little brother. You know what I'm saying? He's looking a little bit small, 153 today, but he is the older brother somehow.
No, I'm not the older. I'm 4 years younger than DeAndre.
Oh, sorry. Okay, yeah. So little brother. There we go.
Yeah, little brother.
Makes sense. But yeah, I'm excited. Obviously, they both scrap, but I'm going to show the levels. I think that there's definitely a big discrepancy in skill on this one for sure. So he's going to figure out tomorrow how big the skill gap is for sure.
Do you think there's a skill gap here, Gavin?
I don't know. I guess we'll see tomorrow.
Did you, going into this, did you know that Owen was probably going to try and, have some good lines and there would be a little bit of banter back and forth? I wonder if you prepared for that at all, or if that's a factor.
Lay it on me. I can take it. I can take it.
No Diddy, man. You can't be saying that. That's crazy. There's been too much glazing on these press conferences.
Hey, I ain't glazing you, but...
I appreciate that, actually. There's too many people just saying, oh, it's going to be a scrap. I respect my opponent. We're here to spice it up, I'm going to smoke Gavin, and that is it. Simple as that.
How do you see the match playing out?
however I want. If I want to take him down, pass his guard, choke him, I can. If I want to pull guard, leg lock, I can. You know what I'm saying? It's up to me, really. I can just dictate where the match goes, and I'm really confident in my skill set.
What about you, Gavin? Do you think there's a certain way that this match is going to play out?
Again, I don't even know what's going to happen. Every time I compete, we slap bump. I let my body do its thing, and yeah, I'm just trusting that I'm going to make the right
You are saying some crazy things right now,
No,
man.
I think it's
Come on,
common.
my boy.
You want me to talk trash?
You look at me in my eyes as well, man. Come on.
I can't
Yeah,
without
you-
laughing. I can't without laughing.
So obviously your coach Greg Souders is pretty notorious in the jiu-jitsu scene now, you know, makes a lot of headlines, a lot of waves, you know, with the ecological approach and everything. I know you said you don't watch or study jiu-jitsu much, but I'm curious if Greg kind of builds out a game plan for you, if he finds any way to kind of prepare for an opponent like Owen.
I think he does. I just trust Greg a lot, and whatever he thinks I need to work on during practice, he will tell me, and I usually just follow whatever he says. We have a pretty good relationship, and I trust him with basically my life. So if he tells me to work on some game, whatever, I'll do it.
You hear this holy glaze, man. This is
That's not glaze.
This is glazing, man.
Yo, oh my
Jesus Christ.
Yo, Greg
Yo.
is a good friend, right? Coach, athlete. I'm not gonna argue him on the details of trying to prepare for something.
Is there anything specific that he kind of pointed out about Owen's game to you, or anything going into this that you guys are kind of hip to or thinking about for this matchup?
Oh, you might have to speak to him about it. Again, I'm just an athlete. I show up to practice, I put in the work, and that's literally all I could do. The outcome is beyond my control. It's all about preparation, so.
All right, Owen, what about you? Is there anything about Gavin's game specifically that you've been kind of watching?
Him? No, I thought it was DeAndre. I swear I thought I was going to fight DeAndre, but then, you know, it switch up. I just accept any match right now. I'm trying to stay as active as possible. You know, I have a couple comps lined up, you know. The one thing I'm happy about is the night outs I've been spending at Onyx, you know, because I'm going to be fighting late at 10 p.m. So all them late nights in Atlanta are now going to pay off tomorrow. When he's going to be tired, I know he goes to bed early. All them late nights that I've been spending, that's going to prevail tomorrow for sure.
Gotcha. Gavin, one last question. You know, whenever you take to the mats at Who's Number 130 tomorrow, what can the fans expect from you in this match with Owen?
I don't
New
know.
line, come on, new line, something different.
Bro,
something
I
different.
don't even know what to expect of myself. I just know I know how to do jiu-jitsu, and
Just say you're going to win or something. Just believe, man. You got to believe in yourself.
I do believe in myself. It's
Yo,
all preparation.
You said you have no control of the outcome. You have full control of the outcome. You got to put it on me. I'm going to put it on you,
All the
brother.
control comes into the preparation.
Nah.
There we go. The preparation's been done for Gavin Corbe.
Nah, it's
Owen,
not over. The preparation's not over, man. We ain't there yet. Preparation ends when they shake hands. That's when the preparation ends.
What do you think, Owen? What can the fans expect from you tomorrow in this match with Gavin?
To be honest, I think we are both going to go for the kill. That's basically what I've seen from his style, at least you guys, when you were glazing him top 5 submissions. I saw he was hitting out some submissions. Same with me, always hunting the sub. I definitely think I'm going to go out there, put on a show. That's the most important thing for me, is being entertaining for people. You know, nobody wants to watch somebody who's just boring. Also, nobody wants to watch press conferences where people are just saying, oh, I can't wait for tomorrow, man. Yeah, I'm just so excited. No, this is no shade at you. This is actually everyone on the card, to be fair. And also shade at you. But, you know what I'm saying?
I'm about to mess this guy up.
It doesn't even have to be like that. Just something more original, you know? So I try to be myself as much as possible and show that through my jiu-jitsu and show that through the press conference, you know, trying to, you know me a little bit more now. You spent some time in Atlanta. So I think I do a good job at kind of expressing myself, and that is what I'm going to try and do tomorrow, for sure.
All right, there we have it. The third super fight of the evening. Going to see Gavin Corbe going up against Owen Jones. Like I said, Who's Number 130, the 8-man open weight bracket. 3 super fights, 4 undercard matches. It's all going down Friday, October 24th. Make sure you guys get your tickets if you're in the Pittsburgh area, or go to FloGrappling.com to watch the full event, and we'll see you guys there.
When do I get to fight you?
Whenever you want.
Let's go right now.
Yeah.
Run it up.
That press conference, I'll run circles around
Come
you,
on,
bro.
big dog.
All right, thank you guys.